That's autism, ADHD, OCD, Tourette's. So this is our milestones, what we seek to achieve. First, to acquire property to offer secure tenancies to autistic Shetlanders or neurodiverse Shetlanders. That is the core purpose, to create rural housing in our local area. And then to introduce animals for companionship, sensory stimulation, emotional support, opportunities for skill building, social interactions, and basically, for those who want to learning all the traditional skills of crofting in Shetland. But the idea is this to be led by service users. So, for instance, if a service user was far more interested in rescuing fancy rats, for example, then that would be the angle we would take rather than traditional crafting, for example. And the next step would be to devise apprenticeships and employment opportunities, responding directly to the service users, creating learning opportunities, employment to enable adults with autism to have a career just like everyone else. Because neurodiverse people have talents. And oftentimes these things are screened out in the interview process. The workforce of the future really needs to incorporate the skills of neurodiverse people and value them. And so that's what we're going to try and do. So specifically, we're talking here about Shetland ponies because there's lots of research about equine assisted therapy for people with autism and ADHD being really helpful. And of course, Shetland ponies it's a traditional thing to be raising here as far as animals go. So I think that it's an absolutely fabulous intersection of both the scientific research on what is helpful for people with autism and what we have here in our community, which is Shetland ponies. And the final step we have here on our milestones is to expand the capacity and create intentional community. And taking inspiration from the tiny house movement, we could create accommodation for autism-friendly holidays. Small self-contained units that people could come to a place where people understand autism, whether that be people in Shetland or further afield. The idea, though, would be to be responding directly to the needs of Shetland people and the needs of Shetland people. And there's a need for spaces in Shetland for Shetland people with autism to be able to visit that has accommodations for neurodiversity. So we believe in doing this, we could create more job opportunities as well as more accommodation and housing. And we can look into that more further. So here's the to-do list. Research and planning.